Hello and thank you for clicking on another one of my videos. I am Screen Scene Guru, and tonight we are doing a review or a deep dive into Agatha All Along, episode 3. And this episode was titled Through Many Miles of Tricks and Trials. So this was a interesting episode. I really liked the dialogue between the characters. This is kind of showing to be um, sort of an introduction to the supernatural world of Marvel, more than just Doctor Strange characters, more than just the Scarlet Witch. Now we're actually getting to see a coven of witches being made, so some interesting stuff there. Um, we got to see there's sort of like illusions on the witch's road, similar to WandaVision actually, which is really fun to see. I don't want to go into too many spoilers for those of us who haven't seen it yet. It has been out for a few days, so but just going over a few of the highlights of the show. Basically, the coven has to work together now. That they've been thrown into this you know situation that they're on the witch's road. They find shelter in this, what they think is shelter in a house. And then as soon as all of them go inside it, uh, great surprise, they all become like housewives of, New Jersey, or, basically a parody of one of these, other television shows that we've seen, just like what WandaVision did 3 years ago, which was really neat then, but now it might seem comical to some. I can see some people kind of being like, "Oh, they did that as a trope." Um, so, but I really liked it. I thought it was neat, fantastic. Even there were hints in there of Mephisto. Okay, Mephisto. Now, for those of you who haven't read the comics, he's supposed to be the Lord of Demons, and he's supposed to be, a really big bad, um, especially with Wanda and her kids. I mean, I know a lot of people are still thinking the teen. We got to find out more about the teen. He's got a spell on him to protect him against other, or from being found from other witches. So who else could have put that on him other than Wanda? Hello. But yeah, interesting to see. Um, I'm really excited for the rest of the show. We are halfway through the show, I believe. There might be a fourth episode. There's definitely three more. But there might be a fourth. I'm not sure if this is going to get 6 or 8 episodes, this series. I'm going to have to check into that. So far, this is 3 episodes down. We've not heard of what the fourth episode is titled yet, but it is being done by the same director as episode 3. So they're basically doing this similar to how they did the Star Wars TV shows on Disney Plus. They're letting directors do 2 episodes at a time and then switching back and forth. Now, that has worked before. It worked really well in the first 2 seasons of Mandalorian, but then around, I'd say, Book of Boba Fett, going into Obi-Wan, especially Acolyte, for all of you who unbearably went through the painful watch of that show. Um, the writing just kind of fell apart after the storytelling was not so great. But I know a lot of people have been really hoping that Marvel will get back to the good content, the good shows. Deadpool Wolverine was a perfect example of them making a simple, small story. I say simple, even though it was a multiverse film, right? Everybody's going to narc me for that. But getting back to Agatha All Along, episode 3, we got to see a bit of backstory into all of the characters. Now, we didn't really get to see a true dalvation of who Agatha is yet. I believe they're saving that for maybe even the finale of the show. Still no Audrey Plaza, which I was interested. The last 2 episodes, she was predominantly put in the first episode, the pilot, right? But then she was missing from episode 3, um, and then I believe, was she in 2? Okay, she might have been in 2 when she came for her at the house. They fought for a little bit, but it was a little scene. So when she disappeared from that episode and then wasn't in this one, I was kind of like, where is she going to be? But they did a cliffhanger at the end. For those of you that have seen the episode, they got rid of a character, um, which I felt like, why was she even there? Someone from WandaVision, right? I don't believe I know the actress's name. Let me actually pull up the cast real quick. I can do that actually. But she is the mom on that '70s show, and I believe she is in now that '90s show. Um, her name is Deborah Jo Rupp. Um, and so her character was not magical to begin with. And then they introduced her being on the Witch's Road, traveling with them, and then they killed her. And now they have her spot on the Coven for Audrey Plaza. So that's very convenient for Marvel, for their screenwriters. But follow the channel for future content. Make sure to like the video, comment down below if you are watching the show or if you're watching any of the content I'm coming out with, or the movies and TV I'm going to be doing reactions of and to. So until next time, bye bye.